Good morning and welcome to the day two of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota. One of my co-hosts is here this morning. It's Donna, our UK godmother Morton. How are you, Donna?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, and welcome to those that are listening and those that will listen on replay. Brian will be joining us momentarily. He is trying to get himself over to the horseshoe because he begins play at 10, and he is hoping to do some live coverage for us from the WSOP itself. So, a couple of items. First, many thanks to Elevator Results, who has been our sponsor for about a year now. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevated Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded you can find our recordings of our spaces. This WSOP coverage will be posted there soon, and of course, our past interviews on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. I'm sorry, I'm getting a message from Brian. Okay, he will be with us momentarily. So until he is, oh, there he is. Let me invite him. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Brian, as soon as you get up to the speaker panel, hopefully it's going to work this morning properly. Hey, Brian. I'm going to give him another minute to connect. Are you there, Brian? All right, I'm going to move on until Brian can join us. He might not have good reception right now. Yesterday, we spoke about the charter members of the Poker Hall of Fame who were inducted in 1979. Today, we will get to know each of the inductees from 1980 and 1981. In 1980, T. Blondie Forbes was inducted. Blondie played mostly in Texas and is credited with creating the game of Texas Hold'em. To be clear, Blondie created it and Corky introduced it to Vegas. In 1981, the sole inductee was Bill Boyd, a two-time bracelet winner. Bill is considered the best five-card stud player of all time. He is such a legend that he was dealt the first poker hands at the openings of both the Golden Nugget and the Mirage poker rooms. Brian, are you there? We will keep moving on. Brian, you may have to leave and come back, but and he may be trying to park the car. Who knows? We're just going to keep on muddling through. Yesterday, Rob Mizrachi had two tweets. One of us reminding everyone to be kind to the dealers, especially the newbies. The second one was the following, and I want you guys to give me some comments on this. This was his tweet. One thing I never saw playing 20 years at the WSOP, a player took the deck and put the river card out. Has anyone ever seen that before? So come on up and give us your thoughts on that or put it in the chat because I am curious if anybody has seen that before. I've never seen it before, and hopefully Brian will give us his little input as soon as we get him on here as to whether or not he has seen it before. I want to give a shout out to our fellow space cadet listener, Andres Froeli, I think is how you pronounce his last name. And you guys know I'm horrible at names. He's from Switzerland. And on May 27th, he won the Win Big O tournament, besting 112 players in the $1,100 buy-in, winning $30,002. Congratulations to Andres, who is a frequent flyer here in the spaces. So I'm very excited for him. Hopefully he's going to stop by and give us some information about how that tournament went for him. Donna, can you give us the 411 on what's happening at the South Pole? South Point Poker Room?
Yeah, hang on a minute.
Sure.
Good morning, Sherry.
Hey, James, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just walking around the Horseshoe Paris. I'm registered for the $500 kickoff today.
Sweet. Good luck in that. How's the registration line look this morning?
Oh, it took me 5 minutes in and out.
Awesome. Now, were you pre-registered and just printing a ticket, or did you actually have
No,
to
I
go
did the
through
whole
the
thing.
nice?
Yeah, I like to get here early and get that taken care of.
Well, that's nice that an hour before the kickoff of that tournament, there's no line. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it was empty. And in regards to the card thing, something similar happened to me when I was at Resorts World a few years ago. I was playing this guy heads up. I rivered the nut flush. I made a big bet. He folded and he said, "Show me one." And I showed him the one that wasn't the nut flush, and he flipped over the other one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was pretty pissed because I was like taken aback. That's not something you do. You don't touch other people's cards.
Yeah.
But he said he was only joking, and he didn't mean to upset me, and I calmed down.
Well, and I don't think that's funny. Don't touch my chips and don't touch my cards, and we'll be good to go, right?
Yeah. If I'm playing cash games, I don't mind if a buddy of mine like pretends to steal my chips or knock them over. But if I don't know you, stay away from my chips.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I thought it was his tweet was interesting, and I'm curious to know if anybody's had that happen. And for those that have just joined us, Robert Mizraki tweeted yesterday the following: One thing I've never saw playing 20 years at the WSOP, a player took the deck and put the river card out. Has anyone seen this before? So I would, love to hear anybody's comments or opinions, or has that happened to you, or were you at a table when it did happen? Because that's pretty gutsy for somebody to touch the deck of cards. Um, Veronica, I'm going to bring you up. Happy to see you this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
As always, I am in software hell. What's up?
Well, one day you will learn to keep it simple, and I'm not going to say this the last word because I don't think you're that. So just keep it
Oh,
simple.
I've tried everything, Sherry. This is like
That's the
crazy.
problem.
You know what was crazy is yesterday it worked because I was in a Tesla, but you can't make Blue and everybody else happy by always having a Tesla on hand.
Right. You wouldn't make me happy with having a Tesla on hand either. And I'm going to welcome Veronica. How are you this morning? You're up bright and early.
Yeah, I'm up bright and early because I have to leave soon to go do the $1 million cash game,
Give us
day
the
2.
update. Give us the update, lovely.
The update is Tom Dwan was our biggest loser last night. He's currently searching for a job at Starbucks. He's applying today to because he lost it all. No, so he'll be coming back for day 2. Today, most of the lineup's coming back except we're adding Doug Polk. I'm
Awesome.
hoping to get some fake tears out of him again. We know he did a really good job during this city hall meeting, crying to everyone, talking about how great poker players are. So today I'm expecting more of those tears and more good acting. So I'm really excited about that.
He played his role well during that town hall meeting. And, I had to actually watch it twice because it was, comical. And of course, Caitlin's reenactment of the whole thing, just puts it right into, the books as one of the greatest things in history, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it
I
was a
hate to say that I haven't seen Caitlin's version yet because I hate sounding like this. I've been so fucking busy. So I need to now you reminded me I have to watch it. By the way, Sherry,
Yes, love.
software. It's so nice to see you guys doing this again. I wanted to come in here and say hello and give you guys some kudos because last year you guys kept me sane. Every morning I would jump in and listen and get ready to go play. So I'm happy you guys are doing this again.
Well, thank you for the kind words. And you're always welcome. And, we've enjoyed many a days and nights in spaces having fun. So thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw my Tom Dwan interview that I got super dragged for last night. I'm literally getting harassed right now. So no one knew that the game was ending, and Ryan's like, "Hey, can you interview Tom at the end of the game?" And Tom, I mean, Tom's hard to interview. He doesn't really like to be interviewed, but he's nice, and he's like, "Okay, I'll help you guys out." But neither Tom nor me wanted to do that interview. Tom was not like wanting to talk. I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm so tired. We were about to leave. I'm like, fine, we'll do the interview. And so I was like, the game's ending. I'll just have a casual conversation with him and then we'll, lights out. The problem was no one knew that the game was over. Everyone
Oh,
assumed that I pulled Tom off the game and killed the game, and they started like losing their
Oh.
minds. And then, of
oh,
course, the interview wasn't great because Tom didn't really want to talk. I didn't really want to talk to Tom because I knew he didn't want to talk. I hate doing interviews when someone really doesn't want to be interviewed. I
yeah,
usually
he's
leave
not a
people alone.
giver. He's not
Right.
a giver
Well,
during the
he's a
interviews.
difficult giver.
Yeah.
He's a great person. I love him, but he's a difficult giver. And I mean, like, think about this. The guy is the biggest loser in the game. And I'm like, hey, Tom, so how's
Right.
it going? So I was like trying to have a more casual, like show's ending kind of thing, like whatever, let's just talk and have a quiet moment on the way out. But they thought that I broke the game. They thought the interview was terrible.
Oh,
Terrible. The interview wasn't great. Yeah, okay, but that's not what. We
Yeah.
neither one of us wanted to do it. So anyway, I'm getting dragged. It's fun. I'm here for day 2. More Ozempic cringy comments, I guess. And yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
look, you're
It's
doing a
crazy.
great job. I haven't seen that interview, but I know you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. 100% support what you're doing in the world of poker. You're always trying to do something edgy, something fun, and kudos
Veronica,
to you.
it's like, the gotta be the worst assignment ever. Interview this guy that just lost whatever. What did he lose? 1 million something? I mean,
But I mean, yeah, he was down like almost $1 million when I interviewed him last night. And then I was like, "So you coming back tomorrow? So like, tell me about these hands." And he's just like, "Fuck, I lost the hands. Like, I fucking lost the hands.
like,
I just
what are
got to
you gonna
play
ask?
better." Because I was like,
Right.
"So are you going to make any adjustments, Tom?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to make bad calls." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what do you want me to say?" And then I was just like, "Okay, fine, dude. Like, neither one of us wants to do this. I get it." So
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, Veronica, but this sounds like Caitlin's next sketch.
I I'm just here to potentially make videos or material for Caitlin. That's my life right now.
You have
Just
to admit,
cringy content for Caitlin.
she does do a good impersonation of you.
I will say that she's a better looking Veronica than I am. When she does Veronica, she looks
Come on.
freaking hot.
You both are
All
hot,
right, I'm
and
gonna get
I'm
going. I
here
gotta.
for it.
Sorry.
I said you both are hot, and I'm here for it.
Okay, well, I'm here for your World Series of Poker daily updates. I'm so happy you guys are doing this again. Love you both, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the chat if you're wanting to watch the $1 Million Cash Game.
Thank you so
Love
much,
you, Boo.
Veronica. Go ahead, Donna.
And just remember, you've got us behind you, my darling.
Thanks, Donna. Always a pleasure to see you in here. My sassy little over the water vixen.
No
She was in
truer words.
she was in here eating spotty something yesterday. Spotty, what was that, Donna?
No, it
Whipped
wasn't.
cream.
Spotty.
It was, it was meringue with whipped cream,
Oh.
and it was
That
lovely.
sounds absolutely horrible. But you know what?
It
I'm
was
happy for
nice.
you.
She was joining every bite of that shit. We were making fun of that too.
Okay, love you guys. See you
Love
later.
you. Thanks,
Love you.
Veronica.
Good luck today.
All right, Donna, give us the update on what's going on at South Point, please.
Yep. South Point at 10:05 a.m. They've got the 100 no limit. With $10 whatever.
10K guarantee.
10K guarantee. Yeah, I forgot about K. 2:05 p.m. They've got the 100 no limit turbo bounty with a 3K guarantee. 6:05 p.m. They've got the 100 no limit $7,500 guarantee. 10:05 is my favourite tournament of the night, which is the 100 no limit turbo 2K guarantee. Also, South Point's got 2 fantastic promotions this year. I wish I was over there myself right now. Qualify with 100 hours of live play from June the 1st to August 31st for a spot in the 300,000 summer free roll. You can go to their website and social media for all the details. And also, players winning a South Point Daily tournament between May the 24th to the July the 7th will be eligible will be eligible to compete for 50k in their Tournament of Champions on July the 11th. Also, check out the website, social media for all details. So far, those heading to the Tournament of Champions are, let me just get this, as follows: Bernard, Marion, Jacob Michael, Zachary Richard, Jan, Michael W, Eric, Marcel, Peggy, Nathan, Conrad, Josh, Kathleen. That's all so far, but it's to be played at the South Point on the 11th of July, so that sounds exciting.
That is very exciting. They're doing a lot for their customers, and I love it. I'm here for it. Thank you for that update, Donna.
No
Brian, you
worries.
ready to get to the? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Donna, go ahead.
This is just no worries. Brian, have you got good service?
Yeah, I think so. Is it
All right,
okay?
perfect. Sounds great. Let's get to that WSOP coverage. And first, let's review what took place yesterday. Do you want to take the Tournament of Champions? Or you want me to?
Oh, you go ahead and take it.
All right. At 12, let's see. The Tournament of Champions was a $5,000 buy-in, and it was an 800. Sorry, my throat's acting nuts. An 8-handed freeze-out event. If you knocked out a former main event winner, what did you get, Brian?
Got a seat.
Into what?
The main event.
Yes,
Yes,
yay,
I finally got it right.
yay. Day 3, he's got it. Okay,
Yeah,
there were
day two, I
400.
was like, what? What? Sherry? That's a great deal. Why am I not there? No.
I know. I'm not sure why you weren't either, because that was a great tournament. And let me tell you, they had 493 entries. The prize pool is 2.267 mil, and they have 99 coming back today for day 2 at noon. First place will get 408,000. Second place, a little bit more than 272,000. Third place, a little more than 188,000. Fourth place, a little more than 132,000. And fifth place, a little more than 94,000. The chip leader with 663,000 is Qui Win. And believe me,
Oh,
these names are going to be very challenging, so forgive me. Go ahead, Brian. Did you have a
so
comment?
so if Kui wins, well, jeez, my gosh, I'm sorry.
What are you laughing at?
His name's Kui Win.
Yeah.
But if Kui wins, isn't he the guy? He was a main event champion, right? So does he get
Well,
to keep his buy-in for the main event?
Well, I would think so. It's his own bounty, right? So he has 663,000 in chips, but the second place runner has 661,000. So they're pretty close. And the third place person in third place has 641,000. And guess what? I'm not even going to attempt their names. I'm just going to spell the second place runner. I'm just going to spell their name, which is XIAOHU, and the last name is LIU. So I hate to mess up people's names. I'd rather spell it. If somebody else wants to come up and pronounce it correctly for us, we would love that.
You
In
know,
third,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Sherry, I was just thinking like you have Kui Win, you have Moneymaker, right?
Right?
So if I don't win the main event this year, I'm going to change my name. I've got to go with something better, like maybe Software. Uh, Brian wins the main event or something, like because I mean that is pretty crazy. The guy's
Well, you're
name's
going to
Kui
have a
Win.
year. you're going to have a year to figure out what name you're changing to. Now, I'm going to tell you some notables that are still left in that 5K championship reunion tournament. Dan Harrington, Jamie Gold, Dee Neggs, Greg Mercer, all still in that event. So let's talk about the $500 buy-in casino employee no limit tournament.
I can do that if you want, Sherry.
Please do.
$500 buy-in. Prize pool is just under $500,000. 1,189 entries. 179 coming back today, with Caleb O'Donnell leading the way with just under 600,000 in chips. And then
Okay, sure. We can't hear you. You got to get
Okay.
to the microphone.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You pick up from there, Sherry.
The only thing I was going to say about that is day 2 for that event is at 1 p.m. today. So moving right along, event number 3 starts at 10 o'clock, which is the $500 kickoff no limit freeze out. And then at 2 p.m. today is event number 4, the $1,500 Omaha high-low 8 or better 8-handed event. Those are all at the WSOP. And before we move on to the other properties, I just wanted to talk about the deep stack schedule. Please be reminded that the deep stack tournaments can be delayed or even canceled on busy days during the WSOP, so you want to check that information every day. Today, there's a 1 p.m. $250 buy-in, no limit deep stack, a 4 p.m. $400 buy-in, no limit turbo, an 8 p.m. $200 no limit turbo. On Mondays at 3 p.m., there's going to be a $250 horse tournament, and on Thursdays at 9 a.m., the $250 seniors tournament. Those are all deep stacks. Don't forget they're taking place in the Normandy room, which is a new room being utilized this year, which has its own cage for buying in. It's on the second floor. You access it by the escalators that are at near the permanent poker room at the Horseshoe. Go ahead, Brian, with whichever series you want to cover next.
Okay. Today at the Venetian, the 11:10 at 11:10 is the No Limit Hold'em Epic Bounty event. Is a $600 buy-in. When I heard Epic Bounty, I was thinking these must be huge. But remember, it is a $600 bounty, or buy-in. So the bounties are $200 and $500. So that starts at 11:10. $30,000 guarantee, $50,000 starting stack with 30-minute levels. And if you're playing the 500 at the WSOP and want to take this up afterwards, late reg is open till 5:25 tonight. And then also they're having a milestone survivor event, $400 buy-in, event number 15, and it is a $10,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. It starts at 6:10 and late registration open till 10:40 p.m. Winners will be awarded $3,400 each. So that's what's going on at the Win, 11:10 a.m. They have day 1C of their $2 million guarantee. It's an $1,100 buy-in, $30,000 starting set, 30-minute levels, I think, on day 1, and then 40-minute going forward. Again, starts at 11 a.m. and late registration in that is open until 3:30. Over at the Orleans, I don't have their schedule here.
Okay, the Orleans is an 11 o'clock start for their deuce to 7 triple stack draw or triple draw championship, $30,000 guarantee, $600 buy-in, and it has a 30K starting stack. Followed by at 6 o'clock tonight, there's a no limit super stack, $20,000 guarantee, $200 buy-in with a 25K starting stack over at the Orleans. Now, on to the Aria. The Aria is going to kick off at their first event of their series at 11 a.m. It's their $600 PLO Mystery Bounty. The buy-in, of course, is $800, 30,000 starting stack with 150,000 guarantee. Over at the Golden Nugget, we have a 10 o'clock start for their FPN qualifier, and that is an invitational only. So if you're going over to the Nugget, don't go until at least 11 for their horse tournament, because that 10 a.m. tournament is invitation only. The horse tournament is a 10K guarantee that starts at 11 a.m., $340 buy-in, 20K starting stack. At 1 p.m., they have their daily deep stack at the Golden Nugget. It's a no limit event with a 25K guarantee, $200 buy-in, 20K starting stack. At let me see, what is 1600? I'm too tired for this. Whatever time 1600 is, the
4
FPN
o'clock.
qualifier is at the Golden Nugget. Again, that's an invitational only tournament. Then at 1900 hours, their nightly start is starting, and it is a no
7
limit.
o'clock.
Thank you. It is a no limit $2,500 guarantee, a $130 buy-in, 12K starting stack. And I'm just going to tell y'all that I'm exhausted today because baby JC is giving us a run for our money. Baby JC won, the 3 adults in the house 0. So the brain is not quite working this morning, and it's okay. Just a forewarning.
It's okay, Sherry. I had to remember how to register for the tournament. I had to I had to tweet to KevMath. I'm like, how do I register for this thing again? I'm in the Bravo Poker app and I forgot. You can't go through. For those of you, this will help you out. You won't have to um, text KevMath. You don't go through the Bravo Poker app. You go through bravopokerlive.com and then you can register. But of course, hopefully you've funded your account. Also, another thing, I don't know that they had this. It seems like last year, it seems like there's two different options. Um, one of them being a WSOP account or something to that effect, and the other one I think was a I don't want to pay twice.
It's a
Let me go.
WSOP tournament account, and then there's a the Bravo Live.
Something to that effect. Anyway, you want the Bravo, you want the WSOP account, because initially when I went in there, there was no money in there into the screen. So you have to click the WSOP account to get there, and then get all
I'm
your buy-in.
sure
And
every time we all do it, it's going to be a challenge because it's new, and we have to learn as we go. And don't forget, folks, if you buy in ahead of time, which of course we 100% recommend, so you don't end up in a line. Buying ahead of time, like James was there an hour early, and there were no lines this morning. But be reminded that when that event starts and you have bought in ahead of time, your stack is live. So whether, I don't know, some people may be okay with their stack blinding off when they're not there and they're late. I'm not that one. If my stack is live, I better have my ass in that seat as far as I'm concerned. But just remember, your stack is live uh, if you buy your
if
buy-in
you've
ahead of
bought,
time.
if you well, see, if you've bought in on the app, I think you're okay, but don't quote any of us. Assume that 10 o'clock your stack goes into play because they've gone back and forth on this over the years.
Okay, I'm going to
And
read you the rule because I actually took a
yeah,
screenshot of the rule this
that's
morning
good.
because I think it's very important. And it's number 36. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who tweeted this morning because I was kind of in a hurry. I was like, oh, let me screenshot that. But anyway, if a registered participant is not present at the start of a WSOP event, all forced antes and blind bets will be removed from an absent Participants stack accordingly. After 5 minutes has elapsed, if there is only one participant at the table, the button will advance one position every 2 minutes and the participant will be awarded the small blind and the big blind. I'm not going to further on because it's a long rule, but look it up yourselves, folks. It's rule number 36. I don't have the page number. I'm sorry. Like I said, it was a quick screenshot this morning. So,
That's kind of interesting because registered, then that means you go on the app and you've registered, but you haven't picked up your ticket. You used to be that when you picked up your ticket was kind of like the time.
yeah. And
So
I wonder if it's
if
because
not,
it
I'm going to be
caused too
running.
much confusion
Yeah.
that they had to streamline when that was going to happen. I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go, but just guessing.
No, you're
Uh,
not making it up. You whipped out the rules, Sherry. Like that was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie.
well, I appreciate that. I just happened to stumble across it. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a screenshot I should have for morning conversations. Let's move on to something I came up with yesterday. You guys know I'm always full of ideas. And so on Monday, they kicked off the 25,000 fantasy poker league at Poker Go Studio and they drafted all the teams. And yesterday afternoon, in my spare moment of time in my life, I was like, you know what, it would kind of be fun if we could somehow sweat those fantasy leagues with, of course, Brian and I have bought a piece of some of those teams. Excuse me. But us in spaces, like it kind of would be a fun sweat this summer if we in spaces kind of um, took on those teams as our own and have fun with it this summer. So, of course, many of you already know, but I'm just going to go over. We're going to do a Spaces Fantasy Poker League, and it's going to be really simple. It's just purely the sweat, right? Because there's really no work involved for any of us other than to watch our prospective teams once we get them. So, pardon me, we will do a live feed, Spaces feed for the drawing of the team assignments. There are 19 teams and I still have two spots left. So as soon as those two spots are filled, I will make a tweet and I will tag everybody that's paid. In that tweet, that's going to be like the announcement of when I'm going to host the space to do the drawing for teams. I hope to give you a few hours notice so that you can plan accordingly and I can get my shit together. But basically, what's going to happen, each participant's name is going to go into a hat, in a separate hat, so to speak. The name of each team that has already been drafted in I'm going to say the real 25K Fantasy League. Each team name from that fantasy league will also go into a hat. So participants' names will be in one hat, team names will be in another hat. We will first draw a participant's name, and then we will draw a team for that participant. So whatever team we draw will be that participant's team. We will follow the teams, and of course, it was a $10 buy in, so to speak. Winner takes all. So we'll follow the teams throughout the summer. Whatever team wins the real 25 Fantasy League will be the winner of our league, and they will get the $190. This is going to be for fun only. I promise Brian the following that I have the final say on anything we do with this Spaces League. And as soon as it stops being fun, adjustments will be made because this is purely for the fun of it. So if anybody has questions or
I got a
comments,
question,
now's the
Sherry.
time. Yes.
It sounds like you're setting up for your $190 exit scam.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I got you.
That's me in a nutshell. Right. I'm letting Blue come up because she's going to be one of the participants and she may have a question or comment. So,
Dabba dee dabba die.
Brian, while we wait for Blue, do you have any comments or questions about that?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. Like that's pretty cool, Sherry. Thanks for putting that together. And I got I got to collect some money. Or I'm just kidding. the, the the last night was funny. I was for those other than Sherry. I was trying to send Sherry money on platforms that she doesn't operate on. So I think we finally got it. And then I got her some money for somebody else, and they were all worried about meeting up and giving me the money right away. And I'm like, I am gonna see you, my friend, at some point. And if I don't, whatever. The $10 is on me. So
Right. And I appreciate you
yeah.
doing it. And it was, I just laugh. Honestly, you guys, we all know Brian, right? If he's not on his meds, anything goes.
Oh my gosh.
And,
Forget it.
and so yesterday, I just think this is so funny when it happened. So yesterday, somebody needed Zelle. I don't have Zelle because a couple of years ago, when I set it up, I did it wrong. And honestly, I came frustrated trying to figure it out and I just gave up on it. Okay. That's the truth of the matter. And so yesterday I text him and I say, hey, do you have Zelle? Because we have somebody that wants to pay by Zelle. And and so the next thing I know, Brian is sending me his and someone else, the other person's on Zelle. And I'm like, Brian, if I had
This does
Zelle,
not help
I
me.
would be asking you if you have Zelle. It
So
was quite
funny.
comical. I'm going to try to bring Blue back up
Well,
again.
we were trying, Sherry, to go fly the drone over here. I got this new drone. We're putting together footage for the vlog that hopefully I figure out how to find time to do editing and stuff like that. My daughter has said that she'll do the camera work, but she is like adamant against the editing. That's the thing that takes all the time,
Yes,
you
it's a
know?
pain in the
So
butt.
Hey, hit me up if
anyway,
you need editing help. I might be.
so you'll probably get a vlog
Oh, wait,
Brian.
wait,
this
Brian,
weekend.
listen to what
This
James is
weekend,
about
but
to tell you. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, Brian, if you need editing help, I can do some basic stuff if I have free time. Can you hear me?
Brian, are you there?
Brian.
can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear
Oh, well,
James.
tell him I'm offering to do
Yeah, I
some help.
will, James.
Thank you.
Back.
James is offering to help with editing work, so please reach out to him.
Oh yeah, that's great. That'd be great, James. Awesome.
Awesome. I love spaces. Go ahead, Blue. Welcome.
Okay, I can also potentially help you pre-pro before James gets it so that James doesn't have to spend an enormous amount of time
Thank
doing
you,
prep.
Blue. We can do it together.
Abby is gonna
Yeah, I
like
don't I don't
love
feel
you
like James is going
guys.
to be like, "Yo, Brian, we got to do some color grading." And I want you to put out professional stuff if you're
Yeah.
going to do it with a drone. So, we're going to make sure your ISO and your exposures are operating correctly.
Awesome, awesome. I need all the help I
Yeah,
can
no, no,
get.
no. Let's
You're working with a
let's
pretty
leverage
difficult
Blue's former
subject here.
career as a photographer. Now, the fantasy league really quick,
Yes.
because one, I'm obviously going to bring down any group I'm in, or I'm going to be the sun. I haven't figured it out yet. Am I in a group? Are we all 19 competing against each other? Who are the teams? Do we get like a bracket thing? Can we call each other names? What's the deal?
Okay. So here's what's happened, Blue. The official 25K Fantasy League drafted teams on Monday. They drafted 19 teams. So we are going to have 19 people in our Spaces League. We're going to do a blind drawing. We're going to match up a name to a team through blind drawings. That team is going to be assigned to you, and it's already a drafted team. So all this is about is following that team all summer and shit talking all you want to your competition.
Okay. Okay. I'm thrilled this doesn't involve me playing at all.
Nope, it
That
doesn't.
okay. I had this fear last night that you were like running your own little like DGen March Madness of poker for like $10. And I was just like, oh shit, anybody who's on my team, just not cool. Not
Well,
cool.
I'm going to tell you that.
Yes, yes, she
Go
did.
ahead.
She didn't mention you. You didn't mention the shit talking
Oh,
part, Sherry. I would have paid X. I would have paid extra for
hey,
that.
send me whatever you want to send me. But anyway, uh, I'm just going to say that somebody mentioned, they um, would be more interested if we actually drafted teams. And I was like, I'm a volunteer here and this is cut and dry and we can have fun with it. And it's $10 and, the winner gets 190, which is a nice rate of return. And it's just going to be fun shit talking all summer. But I'm not opposed to maybe doing something next summer that would be a drafting, thing on our own. The problem is, keeping track of everybody's wins and losses to gather the points for each team. Who the hell's going to do that? Now,
Well, I may be able to help with that. Like, I know that.
Oh yeah, between
Really
Brian and I, we could get something online fast.
Okay, let me just say,
Well,
Brian, remember that first name software is challenged right now. So
sorry.
Yeah.
Software test robot and I
Software
could
test robot.
easily, I think, between the two of us, get you a quality.
Yeah, I think the cool thing.
Put your stats and we'll check you against Hen and
Sure.
Bob, you lying sacks of crap.
Well, I'm just inviting ASG up here because I appreciate his text messages on this subject. And he sent me one this morning that he was playing around with. And I'm going to tell you, ASG, I appreciate you. You know I do. I was too tired this morning to wrap my head around what you were saying to me. And it was like 5 words in a sentence and then a screenshot of something. And I'm just going to tell you, I have no clue what you're talking about in that DM. So if you could come up and explain to me that DM, I would appreciate it. Or if you want to send me more info, go ahead as soon as you connect.
Okay, so basically the WSOP fantasy site, they have another league with, I forget whose name it is. It's like a $500 entry and you can make your
LBD.
own. Yeah, so Bakes has his league.
Yeah.
So what I did was like, so he does his league, basically you can make a $200 team using the prices that were set in the 25K league. So what I did was I like fake made a team of that, just screenshotted it, and then you could use that, but and then like on the website they're showing the points as they go for each player, so you would still need to, like, at the end or as you were progressing, like keep track of each player's points on that website, which already has each player's points shown on there.
Somebody would have to pay me a lot of money to do that shit because that's very time consuming. Unless somebody named Software could actually develop a program that would just data mine their site and get that data that we need.
Yeah, you could just wait till the end and then just take all the points at the end. But yeah, that's what I was saying more of is, yeah, you wouldn't be able to, it would take a lot of time to update it, however often you wanted to update it. But if you waited till the end, you could keep track of your own team on a more regular basis, and then at the end you could use the points that are on there.
I think we would have to do at least a weekly update. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to shit talk in spaces, right? Let's keep thinking about that.
If you wanted to shit talk, each person could could determine how many points they have and say, I have this many points. And if they're lying, well, then the points aren't totaled at the end, right?
True. And we just keep making announcements like, hey, these are unofficial numbers.
Yeah.
Or maybe we could do it at the halfway mark. I just feel like there has to be some benchmarks along the way. I appreciate that. I'm going to put this conversation on hold for a minute because I know Andres is trying to get to a tournament this morning. And I asked him to come in this morning because, like I announced earlier, he won the Win Big O tournament on the 27th of May. He bested 112 players in the $1,100 buy-in, winning $30,002. So welcome and congratulations, Andres.
And Sherry.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yes. Go ahead. Welcome and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, just connected now with my headphones. I think should be all working.
It sounds great. Walk us through what
Okay,
that
cool.
tournament was like, would you please? Like, at what point did you, feel like you were in full control at the helm?
Actually surprisingly early. I think I've never had such a smooth run in a tournament ever, like in 10 years. Like I went up to from 30,000 to a million chips by the time we were 12 left, which is
Wow.
like a 30x. And then I think the Poker Atlas updated at some point with like 10 players at like, yeah, 1.1 or something, and everyone had like 300,000 and below, and then blinds went up to like 30,000 and then to 40,000. So everyone had like 10 blinds. So I could steal a lot with like marginal hands, basically.
That's amazing. How fun is it to run pure?
It's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
huge congratulations, Andreas, and I wish you well for today, whatever you're deciding to play.
Yeah. Thanks, Donna.
what are you going to play today?
So
Tell us.
today I'm thinking about PLO Mystery Bounty at the area. So I'm gonna head over there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you mentioned to me that you kind of have a ritual before you go play a tournament. Can you just maybe briefly touch on what you do to prepare to go play?
Well, I try to get like some sun in like the first half hour and then swim. Like I like the horseshoe pool actually because you get to like swim actually and not like at the Paris pool it's too shallow. And the horseshoe pool just do a couple of lanes, maybe read a little bit if I have some additional time. But other than that, just yeah, get some sun, get ready for the day. Hopefully drink a lot of water so I don't get dehydrated. And then eat something and then ready to go. Yeah, pretty simple. Not too fancy, not too much. No meditation whatsoever. I don't do that. Like swimming is almost meditation, I feel like. So,
Sure, clears the mind for sure. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, we spoke about things to put in your backpack for the WSOP. Do you have any suggestions, or what do you put in your backpack? Do you carry one?
yeah, I do carry one, but at the moment, I think I'm not like the right guy to ask. Like, I have maybe some walnuts and maybe a protein bar, but still not decided on what else to carry. Uh, yeah, maybe some fruit. But yeah,
Right on.
I think I still have to figure out all the food stuff this year. Last year was a bit the same. I don't know, like maybe I order some food from some places, but still not decided on which one during the dinner breaks. So that part I find always a little bit difficult. I mean, unless you're like happy to spend like infinite every day, then it's obviously easy. You can always go to any of the more expensive restaurants if you have the time. But yeah,
I will tell you that
getting pricey really quickly.
I don't know if you were in the spaces at the time. TJ hung around with us in the spaces, but he's a health and fitness trainer. He has his own business, and
Hmm.
this year he's providing um, healthy wraps for the WSOP. Are you familiar with TJ?
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. I remember read his book, and I didn't know like he had some wraps that he was selling this year.
Yeah, so go
So
to
yeah,
his Twitter. Yeah, go to his Twitter account. And I want to say there may be a video of him outlining it or just a real lengthy tweet. I don't remember which. I'm sorry. But I do know that he's
hmm.
providing some healthy choices. And I want to say he's delivering them or there's a meetup place to go get them or something. I don't know all the ins or outs, but I definitely think that's probably a really good option.
I mean, yeah, that sounds good.
I love it. I'm so happy for you. How long are you in Vegas for?
Trying to play the entire series. I mean, depending on my energy, I might have to take some time off. I take some time off before the main event, maybe 2-3 days. Last year I got a little bit sick before the main event, just for 2 days, but then eventually got back in the grind. Yeah, it's a long time. But yeah, last year I played until the end. I played like 2-3 events after the main event even. So I'd be happy if I could manage to put in all the weeks, because in Europe we don't get to play this much PLO specifically. Like, we have Hold'em tournaments, but there's not much that compares to the WSOP with all the casinos where I can play as well. And it's just every day you get to play a lot of poker.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of chances
Well,
to win big, basically.
well, I'm excited, and I hope I get a chance to rail you when I'm in town at the last of June. And I hope we can spend some time with Brian and others that we're going to do some get togethers or dinners or lunches or something. And hopefully you'll be able to join us.
Sure, yeah, happy to grab a drink or something during dinner break or whenever I'm boss out of tournament. Sure.
Yeah.
When,
It's,
when are you exactly getting to Vegas, and what are you gonna play?
I love that you said it that way, because that's what we're always thinking when we're at the WSOP. Yes, if I'm not in a tournament, or yes, if I need a break. Yeah, and we all know it. I mean, we all do the same thing. I love that. I am coming in on June the 25th through July the 3rd. And quite honestly, I haven't even had a minute of time to think about what I'm playing. I would
Okay.
like to play the ladies event. Looking at my budget this year, I sell peaches during the summer, and last year we got skunked. So that's my poker money. So my budget's a little tighter this year. So I may, instead of playing the $1,000 ladies event, I may split that $1,000 into maybe two $500 events, or maybe four, $250 events, because I love the deep stack daily tournaments. So I haven't gotten that far yet. But I'm sure at least one or two nights it'll be that 10 p.m. that Donna and I love at the South Point tournament, because I just love
Okay.
playing there.
Have you considered also the Golden Nugget tournament, because it mirrors the main event, and it's only $1,000. I think it has a really good structure. Probably not at 2 hours, but the Golden Nugget, I think they are. Is it there still? I thought that was there, but yeah.
Yeah, yes, you're correct. And I'm going to tell you, I played the Golden Nugget when I was there. Was it the WPT last year or the WSOP? Honestly, I don't remember right now, but I loved it. I played the super seniors, the seniors, the ladies event. I loved playing at the Nugget. So the Nugget is definitely on my radar. Go ahead, ASG.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I have a future Aria Mystery Bounty PLO on my schedule when I'm going. So please report back on what you think, what the highest Mystery Bounty was, etc.
Okay, yeah. We'll try to do to keep track of the bounties. I mean, they're just going to be on like day 2, I think. Or wait, no,
Oh, it's a
it
2 day?
says 1
Okay.
day. No, it's probably one. Wait, then let me
Hold
see.
on, let me look if it
30.
says
No,
it.
no, no, no. 30-minute levels. I guess that's 1 day. Yeah, it starts at 11 too, so it's like should be
Yep,
at some
I think
point
you're
in
right.
the money. Yeah, yeah. So can report back when I see the largest bounty. And it's also 150k guarantee, so 200 runners, probably. Yeah, our average, I don't know, 5k bounty, 4k.
What a great tournament. I'm excited to see how, because Sean was talking about him and his crews really were trying to focus on doing a lot of mixed games. So I'm really excited to hear the feedback from you mixed players about this summer, and if you thought there were enough events or not.
I think there's sometimes even almost too many to choose from. I personally don't like the 600s and below that much unless it's like my favorite game. They have very high rakes sometimes. Sometimes it's like 503 plus 97 or something ridiculous. Or like even 515 plus 85. It's quite brutal
Well,
to
and
try and
I'm
win.
glad I'm glad you touched on that. Let's look at the Aria 800 PLO Mystery Bounty today. It's an $800 buy-in. The rake is 12.5%. The $600 PLO tomorrow is a $600 buy-in and a 15% rake. So those are things to be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people underestimate these things. I mean, if you're like these days, you don't get to, I mean, unless you have like comped rooms, you don't get to stay somewhat cheaply in Vegas. I mean, maybe if you have like a big house with like 5 people or something, then you get to like spend $40 a night or something. But other than that, I probably average between 80 and 100
Right,
per
right.
night in Vegas. So that's yeah, that's quite a lot to spend, and then food adds probably about 50 a day or 40. Then you have to factor that in, and
Absolutely.
then playing two small tournaments is probably not going to be making up for how much you spend. Even to break even is not that easy for most people given the cost.
I totally agree. I live somewhere where we don't have legalized poker, and so I always have to travel, and it's anywhere from 3 to like 7 hours. And I always start out in the hole, right? Because I have travel expenses, hotel, and of course, food for everybody has that. But so I'm automatically starting $400 or $500 in the hole just to go play, and you do have to take that
Right.
into consideration. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, and Sherry, that's the difference between being a pro or not. And it's fine to do this for fun and not be a pro, but I want to call you back to like these two things that Anders has been talking about throughout this. Right away, he's just started talking about, what's in your bag? Well, these things, but like, obviously if I could just spend whatever, like, but the food's expensive. So like the people that are pros are keeping track of all these things, and all of those things go into the calculation of whether you're a winning player or not. So fine not to be a pro and just come here and have fun. I very much put myself in that bracket, but
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
don't
If,
don't don't pretend if you're sitting at home. There's been many years where I didn't have the money to come, and you kind of have this feeling like, man, I've practiced and all this stuff, and all these people are coming and playing, and they're making all this money, and don't fall into that trap. That's where when you come and you play and you don't have the money to play, and you're not in that position where you're doing all these things. That's called a gambling problem, my friends. So
You got to be aware. I'm going to. We had quite a few people come on the panel, and we left that conversation about the fantasy league in a limbo. And I want to keep it there for a few minutes to give everybody a chance in case somebody has questions or comments for Andres before he leaves. So, John Robertson, go ahead.
Oh, I'm good. You guys were talking about video editing earlier. I was going to tell you that I teach video editing, so if anybody needs help with that, let me know. But we've moved on past that.
That's okay. That's good to know, Brian.
Oh no, my friend, we haven't moved on past anything. I'm going to add you to the team. I found this. It's funny, Sherry. I found this tool that actually is like you put all the footage in, and then the team can kind of work on it. So I'm going to have you guys all on my little team there
I love
to
spaces.
process these
I love
videos.
spaces. This is one great use of spaces. So, John Robertson, you are now on his team. Thank you for that offer.
Oh, yay.
He said, yay. Ryan Kosh, you're next, bud. Thank you for
Oh no, it was
waiting.
just a question about the rake. Like when it comes to like Vegas tournaments, obviously every casino is probably different, but like what do you guys think is a good value when it comes to rake? Obviously I know on the
All
buy-in
right.
it
I'm
matters,
going to give you some examples, Ryan, of some of the rakes that are around town. Okay. So when you look at the Golden Nuggets 1 o'clock daily deep stack, it's a 25K guarantee. It's a $200 buy in. It's a 25% rake.
That's ridiculous. Like, why
You
would you even play that?
okay, but a lot of people don't ever think about the rake. They just are going to Vegas and hey, here's a cheap $200 tournament I can get into. Believe me, I've done it myself in the past. Their nightly no limit $2,500 guarantee, $130 buy-in is 26.9% rake. Now let's look at I already gave out a couple examples of Aria. Here is the Orleans. The Orleans has a no limit 1,800 hours, no limit super stack tournament with a 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in. It's a 20% rake. Now, they also have the Omaha 8 or better championship. $600 buy-in is only a 13.3% rake. So they do vary from tournament to tournament. I have found in the past years that the Golden Nugget is usually has the highest rake. The win, let's look at their Deuce to 7 triple draw tournament is a $600 buy-in. It's a 14.2% rake. They have. It looks like their highest rake is 15%. I don't think they go above 15%. So they go anywhere, it looks like, and I'm just cruising over this quickly. So uh, it looks like they go anywhere from 8.3% rakes to 15% rakes. So they have decent rakes, right? So to speak. The Venetian, they have, let's look at their Epic $600 deep Epic Stack tournament, $600 buy-in is a 15.8% rake. Just perusing these rakes really quickly. It looks like, there is a one or two tournaments that have a 17.5% rake, and that's their Ultimate Stack. No limit $400 buy-in is 17.5%. And it looks like there's only like two or three of those at 17%, little over. Um, and it looks like their lowest rake is, and again, I'm just looking at this quickly, is around 10.9% would be like the lowest rake they take in any one tournament. So you definitely, buyer needs to be aware. This is your money. This is coming out of the prize pool you're hoping to win, right? So definitely be aware, buyer be aware. Um, and I'm going to move on from that, but I do want you guys to know that those are the types of rakes we're paying. Go ahead, Real Fats. Welcome.
Okay, let me fill you in on this, my perspective on that rake situation. On the no limit side, I probably agree with you, but in the mixed games, in particular the Golden Nugget, I'd pay almost 40% rake to play with those fields. They are the worst fields. The higher the rake, the dumber the people playing in the tournament are. And the Golden Nugget.
Good thing you
More
mentioned
shout
that.
outs to more rake is better.
The Golden Nugget.
Can be true sometimes.
The Golden Nugget series, their mixed game tournaments, their triple stud, their horse, all those tournaments, the rake, if the rake were higher, it wouldn't stop me if I was there to play, because those tournaments, the fields are so bad. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
There you go. There's
So
another
don't be
perspective on it,
in
right?
general, the higher the rake, the dumber the player. So
Well, and I understand because that it's a low buy-in, has a big rake, right? And those low buy-ins bring in the newbie players, the social players, those that, hey, I just want to try this since I'm here players. I get it. I understand it.
now on cash games, I always say, don't worry about what they're raking out of the pot in the cash games. Just because the rake only affects you if you win a lot of hands. If you don't win a lot of hands, it doesn't matter. It only matters if you win. So just lose. The more hands you lose, the less the rake is affecting you.
Well, and of course, I want you to lose to me. So give me those Fats chips, would you please?
right? But they're going to be raking them out of your pot, raking some of those chips out of your pot.
I mean, it's not entirely like, just limitless rake. I mean, but there is a certain reality to this. Like, players that, aren't paying attention are probably not, Andres and these other guys that you really probably don't want to play against.
Well, like when I first came to Vegas over 30 years ago, I would play in the small limit hold'em games, 4-8 or whatever, and I would sit there, and there'd be people would be crying like you were taking food out of their mouth if the dealer accidentally raked an extra quarter, because they would rake in quarter increments. And now I think they just rake in dollar increments. You don't see change on the table anymore. And they used to have quarters, and they would rake 1 quarter out for whatever, then 2 quarters. And people would get mad if there was an extra quarter out of the pot. They'd call the floor over. And I used to think it was ridiculous. I said, I don't even win enough pots that it matters. So
I've never heard anybody talk about that they used to use quarters.
you've never.
I didn't. I
In fairness, Sherry, that was shortly after they invented the wheel. So, I mean, there is that.
When they used to use the quarters, it would be good because you know how you can't take money off the table, but you can pull your
Right.
quarters off the table. So if you were sitting there playing all night and you kept pulling your quarters off the table, you could pull like $30-$40 in quarters off the table by the time that night. So if you bought in for like $50 or $100 for a 4-8 or a 2-4 game, you'd have your whole buy-in back in your pocket, jingling around at the end of the night.
So when you stood up and walked away, your pants fell down because you had $100 worth of quarters that you went down with. But anyway, I think that's hilarious that there was quarters involved. Go ahead, Donna.
Yeah, I'm sorry, darling. I'm going to have to dip. I'm going out for a drink.
Have fun.
Oh, don't worry, I will do.
You're such a
Have
lut.
fun. Have a drink for
Oh
me.
my goodness. Be careful. No police chases, Donna.
Oh, I can't promise that.
I'm going to be starting at 284, table 284 green in Paris.
All right.
So
Good luck,
if you're
Brian.
in town,
Good luck, back.
stop by, help me stack up the chips, and I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Well, Sherry.
All right, you guys. All
Best
right.
luck, Brian. Sherry,
Good luck.
sorry for running and dumping, but I need to go.
All right. See you, girl.
Speak to you later. Good luck, everybody at WSOP or whatever you're playing tonight. And I will catch up with you later. Bye for now.
Bye. Just some more quick reminder, Friday afternoon, we're going to have a space at 4:30 Pacific time, which is our normal interview space. And Sean McCormick is going to be our guest. And then we're going to have a couple of special guests popping in, which should make it a fun space. I want to get back to our discussion about the fantasy league. Andres, first of all, I want to say thank you for stopping by and giving us the lowdown. Want to wish you luck today, and you're welcome to stay with us as we discuss the fantasy league, as you are a participant.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm gonna stay around a little bit probably as I move over to the area. So I'm gonna be in here listening.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. ASG, let's talk about doing a draft next year. Is that going to be hard to do the data mining? Like, what is that really going to look like time-wise to get the data? Like, if we wanted to do it like mid-season and then at the end of the season?
Might depend on how many people take the same players in terms of effort. Yeah, I don't. If it was just twice a year, I guess depending on how many people were in the league, I might volunteer. Next year.
Okay, so tell me, how many people, how many teams should we limit it to? Should we limit it to 20 teams, 25 teams, 10 teams? What would be your thought on that?
Yeah, that I don't know. I would keep it open. Just yeah, the more people it is, the more effort it takes to like look up
Right.
everybody's score.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't want to limit it just because it's more effort. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, for those of you that are listening, if this is something we're doing, and we'll ASG and Brian and I will continue to talk about it as the year goes on. It's not going to be for free. We're not going to do it for free, ASG. There's got to be some cut because it will be very time consuming for those that administer. So, yeah, if you have any more ideas on that, anybody, everybody, DM them to me or let me know, call me, whatever, and we'll just keep talking about it and see if it evolves or not. That's all I can promise you guys because, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work. And, I volunteer for a lot of stuff, but I don't think we're going to volunteer for that
Yeah,
one.
maybe maybe invite only to limit, or not invite only, but keep it to people we know and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. We could talk more later.
Yeah.
My recommendation for you on that would be your first time around, if you're going to actually put together individual people and have like a real actual draft, is I would probably limit it to 10 teams and probably no more than 10 players per team. Keep it as simple as possible for the first time till you get your feet wet with it.
Yeah, I was saying not an actual draft, but use what Bakes is doing, and then like you create based on the budget, and then that way you don't need to have a draft, and you have some rules that are already preset. It's just we wouldn't have a $500 buy-in; it would be much more reasonable. For anyway.
All right, we'll keep talking about that, you guys, and see what we can evolve that into. Because I also have somebody in my family that's like an Excel guru, and I'm sure there's some of you in this room that are probably too. And but he builds Excel apps that data mine. So I don't know if that's something that he could do for us or not to get those numbers moving over to populate what we need to. But I will certainly ask him when I see him this weekend.
Sounds good. Yeah, just tell them. Just send them to that fantasy the WSOP fantasy site, and see if he's able to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And so let me talk this through with you again because I'm tired. But so he would need to pull over their names and their points earned. Would there be anything else that he would need to pull over on a player?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
I think so too. Okay. I just want to make sure I have my head wrapped around that because I'm tired and some of the stuff just isn't sinking in right now, and it's okay. I appreciate everybody that's joined us this morning and afternoon or evening, wherever you're at. Anybody else have any questions or comments before we move along?
I got one more thing for you about those quarters. A lot of times if you kept them on the table, they had like the cup holder, these metal cup holders on the table,
right?
And
right.
a lot of people would just put their quarters in there. But one night, I don't know, I was just playing with my quarters or something, and the noise of the quarters with the cup, I picked up on the fact that it was really annoying the guy next to me. So I kept doing it just to aggravate the guy.
I love it.
Anyway, so there was a lot more fun you could have with those quarters.
Oh, you're such a troublemaker looking for the angle. And you know what? I don't blame you for it. Many do. And, we all look for that little bit of, if somebody's acting like a jerk, I'm going to poke at them. I'm definitely going to poke at them if they're acting like a jerk. So I get it. I absolutely get it. And that's what makes poker fun, right? All in the art of the game. Well, again, I appreciate everybody that's joined us today and those that are going to listen to the replay of today. Go ahead, ASG.
Sorry, just one last thing, because I'm barely up here speaking anymore. So just wanted to congratulate Flow Junkie. I saw a while back you won a main event seat. So on GG, I think it was. So yeah, good job to you. Good luck in
Oh,
Vegas.
great job, Flow Junkie. Love it. Another person gets to go to Vegas and have some fun playing poker. And I know Brad's won a WPT package in the last couple of weeks. So congratulations to Brad. Exciting stuff happening in poker. Y'all, if come in here and tell us about what's going on. If you're in Vegas, if any of the series, or if you're at Resorts World where they're not having a series and you just want to tell us about your experience at Resorts World, we want to hear everything poker. And I appreciate you, and I know Brian and Donna do too. Good luck on the felt, everyone. Go
I
ahead.
have also one more thing, Sherry. Like my card is blocked to book hotels at Flamingo and Horseshoe. So I wanted to ask if I could like give somebody the money and book like 3 nights somewhere, like if somebody's in Vegas. Otherwise, I just go to the MGM properties and try to book there. But then I'm like off the WSOP for the next 3 days or something, like from 30th to 2nd. So if anybody
Did
has
you
like
try to
time
go
to,
there in person?
I can do that. Do you think that helps? Because like the
I,
app blocks it, and like I don't understand why. Yeah,
I think I
I
would
mean
go there in
there's two
person.
adjacent. Hmm.
I think I
Okay,
would go there in
because there's two
person and talk to them.
adjacent bookings. Yeah, because there's two adjacent bookings. Like from to the like I booked to the 30th, and then from the 2nd I also have a booking at the Caesar's properties, and then like the app doesn't allow me. And last year when I went there, I remember that it told me I always have to book through the app, but maybe with Diamond they're gonna help. I don't know. Let's see.
I would go to the desk and talk to them. I think they can work some magic if you're there in person, personally.
Okay.
That
All right.
would be my
I will try to do
recommendation
that.
for sure.
Okay.
Go ahead, Fats.
Yeah, one more thing. Or actually, two more things, real quick. Number one, with regard to your vacation and your expenses, if whenever you're going to take because you take vacations without playing poker, right? You take just regular vacations too, right?
Yes.
So what we have to do is instead of taking your regular vacations, only take a vacation when it's going to be to play poker. Then you would have the same expenses you would have from any other vacation trip. So then you would actually be playing poker at no extra expense. So that's a solution to that problem. And the other thing, I just want everybody to remember the moral to this entire space was rake is good.
And you are so funny. I love you for those comments. Believe me, I do, because you always are looking at it from a different angle. And I think it has to do with the business you're in. And I think it also tells us a lot about looking at a different point of view, which I think is very important as well. So I appreciate that, Fats.
No problem. My pleasure to share my knowledge.
And I just want to tell you, if you have an extra seat at the Bet Bash, I want to sit to your right. And I'm just joking.
All right.
We are down to one seat left for the fantasy league, and somebody texted me. If you get that to me, it'll be your seat. So
You're just basically you're just buying a team that's already been drafted, right?
yes, sir.
So if you don't sell it, I'll buy a second team. What's the difference?
Yeah, honestly, there's somebody in this room right now that's working on getting it paid for. So I think
Okay.
it'll probably
If
be
you
a
run
done deal.
short, I'll take a second team just so you can fill it up.
Well, I appreciate that, Fats, and I will let you know, but I think we're going to be good. Appreciate that offer. And I also appreciate you always trying to uh, keep things fun in the spaces by doing just what you just did, and that's stepping up and try to, make sure that we get enough players. Appreciate you.
Alrighty.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Otherwise, I'm going to shut it down, you guys, and I'm going to start getting ready to do that draft because I have a feeling we're going to fill up here in a minute. We have one spot left, and somebody's working on taking that spot up. Hey, Avi. And we can go from there and get the draft done later this afternoon after I get my nails done, or maybe before if I can work it in. So
Is that going to be a live space, the draft?
yes, I'm going to do a live space with the video so everybody could see the names going in and the names coming out of the hat and so forth. Okay.
Hey Sherry, when are you going to be in Vegas this summer?
Hey, Avi, I will be there June 25th through July the 3rd.
Okay, I'm already trying to make it at some point during there, so hopefully I'll see you. Is there a meetup game?
Sweet. We are working on something, and I promised myself this week I was going to really put the hammer down on those plans. I've just been too busy helping new parents with the babies. So hopefully by this time next week, we'll have some plans in place and we can make some announcements. Fingers crossed. May be a meetup game, may not be a meetup game. I'm kind of working on a couple of different things. So I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Hey, Sherry.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I would recommend you schedule, if you have a meetup game, you schedule it around when Avi's going to be in Vegas because you definitely want his action in your game. That's like free money from what I've seen.
Hey Sherry, can you tell Fats? Fuck you.
Hey, Sherry, can you tell Avi quit hogging all the hosting space time until my boycott's over?
Listen,
it's very annoying that he's running every single space for the last 5 days because I'm boycotting him.
Hey Sherry, can you tell Fats?
Hey guys, today was my last day of school. I don't want to deal with high schoolers anymore.
Tell him, John. John, is that did you just send me $10, John?
I see your message.
Wait a second. I can't hear you. It's windy. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm in the Jeep. We're driving home from school. It was the last day of school.
Oh, nice.
So I was just saying, I'm going to have my wife send it to you as soon as you give me the address or whatever.
Hold on, you guys. Somebody has just sent me $10 and I don't recognize the name. I'm trying to see their picture. Okay. I don't want to call you out, but if you I think all the spots are taken, you guys. I'm trying to figure out who this person is. So if you just sent me $10 for the last slot to participate in the fantasy league, please DM me your Twitter screen name because, of course, it doesn't match your Venmo name, and I don't know who you are. So please send me. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying to look at it, but it looks like all of our slots are taken. I'm sorry for those that have been messaging me the last 2 minutes for that slot. I'm sorry, we're out of slots now. But thank you, and hopefully we'll do something like this again because I think it'll be fun. Appreciate you. And Avi, just for the record, Fats, you can't say Avi's a fish. He's actually won the Space Jam game.
Yeah, I watched that.
I'm aware.
That was the biggest fluke of nature on the planet.
Well, I'm just going to say he's got the trophy.
Yeah, but who's in first place in that league? Have you checked the standings?
I don't know. I can't say.
Well, it's not Avi.
Is it Wolfie?
It's not Wolfie. And it's not Brandon who won one, and it's not X-Ray who won one.
It must be Fats.
It must be Fats. Good guess.
I love it, Fats. His shit talking, knowing that he's on the leaderboard. He's at the head of the leaderboard. He's in here shit talking. I love it.
Well, it's us guys that don't know how to play poker are the ones you should be most afraid of. Except in the Golden Nugget field, those guys. Don't worry about them.
He plays tight, Sherry. It's not even fair. Everyone's playing loose and aggressive, having a good time, kicking back.
Sherry, this goes to how observant Avi is, because I'm probably the loosest player in the league.
Well, Avi, when I get home and I get an opportunity to play with you all, you're going to really meet a nit. You're going to meet a real nit.
Yo, I'm looser than a liquored up girl on Broadway at 1 a.m. What are you talking about?
You're so funny.
Way looser.
All right, you guys, I don't know who this last person is. So if you sent me $10 for the league, please identify yourself in a DM as to your screen name here on Spaces.
Sounds like an early Christmas present you just got.
Well, and, we want to make sure that we know who's in the league, because how are we going to shit talk if we don't know who it is? So
and those are
anyway,
non-refundable.
No, I would refund it, but we're definitely not going to let, we're not going to allow a BJ this tournament, this fantasy league. So if you're not identified, you're going to get the money back. I
have to say one thing, Sherry, though, in the category of shit talking and the concept behind it and how it works. In this particular league, since everybody's just being given a random team and a random draw and just somebody's going to win, there's no shit talking, because whoever wins didn't do anything special to win it. There was no strategy. That's like if you put everybody puts their name in a hat and you draw one, and the guy whose name gets drawn shit talks everybody because he won the drawing.
Don't ruin it for us already, dude. Come on, let us live in our fantasy land that we are going to shit talk about teams we're doing nothing for. Come on, dude. Don't ruin it.
Hey, I'm just, letting you know how it is.
Well, I'm going to be doing shit talk, and that's for sure. And I just think it's going to be fun to rail those teams and, shit talk our friends, even though Fat says he can't shit talk us because it's just a random thing, but it's okay.
I'm just saying, if you're shit talking, what are you going to say? Oh boy, I'm good at lucky random draws. I mean, that's your entire. That's the only shtick you can have.
No, I'm going to say, hey, say if I have D-Negs on my team and you have Phil Hellmuth, I'm going to say, hey, D-Negs just kicked the shit out of your boy Phil Hellmuth today.
Yeah, but that would have happened anyway. Now, the way you're going to be able to shit talk in this league is I have Negreanu and you have Hellmuth, okay? And I go down to the World Series and I run over Hellmuth's foot with my scooter. So now so now you lose your advantage with Negreanu. Now I can shit talk because I actually contributed to the.
You are so funny. You are so funny. I just brought up Vegas Dave. How are you? What can we do for you this morning?
I just want to let you know I'm the mystery man, the last entry.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
I'm new to Spaces, so I couldn't figure out how to let you know.
No problem. I appreciate you letting me know, and welcome to the league. So that makes 19 members. So we will definitely do the draft later today, and I'll make a tweet and I'll tag all 19 folks in it so that everybody can show up if they're available. I have a nail appointment.
So do you need me to send or no?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you still need me to send then or no?
No, John, we're booked.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Hopefully, if we do something, you'll get on it next time.
Sherry, I heard you say about a half an hour ago, we're actually going almost the same exact dates. I also play mainly the deep stack since I don't go out there with a lot of cash. So I'll probably see you at the final table somewhere.
I love that. And if you see me, come say hello, please.
I'm actually flying out June 25th, and I'm leaving. I'm on the red eye home July 4th. Unless things go really well, then I'll extend my stay.
I love that. I love
Hey, and
that.
if anybody got shut out and wants to buy my team, you can buy my team for $20.
Fats, you are so funny. Okay,
That's 100% return.
Let me just put this out here before we start a mess in my league. We're not doing that shit. You could forfeit your team and we're done with you, but we are not switching team ownership. Sorry, folks. I'm not going through the bullshit. Go ahead, Avi.
Hey, Sherry, can you tell Fats I'll scalp his team for 15?
No, I will not tell him that.
Yeah, no, just kidding.
Just because I gave a soapbox lecture a half a second ago.
Yeah, I was half a second late.
It's okay. We're good. Well, Dave, thanks for letting me know. And do me a favor, Dave. Send me a message like the week before with your dates. I'm gonna sit down and make a list of who's coming when.
Okay.
So
By the
that
way, I don't want to confuse you. My real name is Mike, by the way.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that.
I don't like Vegas, Dave. That's why it's my name. If you see the whole name, it should be it's Vegas Dave belongs in prison.
Oh wait, let me look. Now that's funny. Oh, but yeah, let me know. Just send me a DM with your dates so I remember you're there.
Do I have to be verified on X? I tried to send you a message before, but it said I had to pay.
Okay, no, you don't. Okay, I was not following you, which I just rectified. So now you should be able to DM me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, perfect. So go ahead and DM me your dates, and that way we will try to keep up. I'm going to try to do some things when we're out there, like I was just telling Avi. So knowing people's dates help me to communicate. Okay, I know they're going to be there then, and I can send you guys DMs about certain stuff. So anyway, I need to get off of here because I have a nail appointment and we have a draft to do. So those that are participating, look out for a tweet. It's going to come in a little while with the time of the fantasy draft, so to speak. It's our Spaces draft. So appreciate all of you today, and come back tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday? Yeah, we might have a special guest tomorrow. I'm going to find out about that here shortly, and I'll make an announcement or pin a tweet about that when I get verification. Of course, Sean is with us on Friday at 4:30 for an interview. So thanks again. Appreciate all of you. Have a great day, and good luck if you're playing today.